Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. My name's Destiny. We do book things here, and today I'm going to share with you my June bullet journal setup, or July bullet journal setup. What you just watched is me flip through my June setup just so y'all can see where I was at for the month. And now we're starting in on July. So what I'm using is some paper that I actually coffee stained myself for June, or for July. I'm gonna do that a lot. For July, I knew I wanted to do a coffee theme for July, and so I brewed some really strong coffee and took this handmade paper that I had laying around the house and just soaked it in the coffee for a while. And so it gave me a lot of variation between the pieces. Some of them have like a cup ring on it where I set a coffee cup on top just to submerge them in the liquid a little bit more. So it turned out wonderful, and I'm really happy with the way the paper looks in my setup here. So the other thing I'm using here as well is a lot of printouts. So this month I didn't want to have to do any heavy drawing, so instead I just took and printed out a lot of coffee images from like Pinterest and pasted them in my journal. I made the monthly nameplate there in Canva, which I absolutely love. That's how I make my thumbnails and things as well. Now I'm putting in my monthly tasks and goals. I started out doing 10 goals a month and decided I really didn't like that. So instead, I am now doing 3 goals a month, which seems a little more manageable. I think I might have done 5 this month. I think I added an extra couple on after filming this. But what you're seeing is me setting up that spread for the places to take tasks that I need to get done in the month. And I'm trying not to use weeklies. So as you saw with June, I've been using dailies for a while now, honestly, and I'm loving my dailies. They are just wonderful. I am missing a little bit of a weekly situation where I can put things that need to get done later in the week when I find out about them earlier in the week. So you'll see now that I'm setting up my calendar spread that I did it a little bit bigger and differently than I did in June, so that I can put some of those tasks in there and see if that'll work, or if I'm gonna need a weekly and dailies. I have been watching a lot of Hopenichi Cousin videos and loving them, and they have led me to want all 3. So I may end up coming to August and doing a weekly, my 7 daily spreads, a weekly, my 7 daily spreads. We shall see, though. I'm not sure if it's necessary at this point, so it's just a lot of experimentation on my part to figure out what I want and where I want it to be. Here in a second, you're going to notice that the filming setup changes just a little. My nephew, why couldn't I think of the word nephew? My nephew was with me the day I started setting this one up, and I love him, but he was just not a happy little baby. So I ended up stop filming my June setup to take care of him, and then I come back like a week later and finish it. So this is me coming back a week later and finishing it. I learned a couple lessons in setting this up. First off, the handmade paper I used after I soaked in the coffee, it does not take well to erasing pencil at all. It just does not like it. I love using my dot pens in the different colors for my color code. I didn't think I did until I started setting up this month and actually using the calendar, and now I absolutely love it. So a lot of lessons learned here. But as I said, I'm just setting up my calendar here. They are 6x6 dot grid, and I think my dot grid in that journal is a 0.5 or 0.5 centimeter. I'm not 100% sure. The journal I have is one that I just found on Amazon, that I was looking for a journal that had more than just 200 pages in it. I wanted something that almost equaled a day a page. And I found this one, and I'm absolutely in love with it. It's not falling apart or anything. I will try to remember to link it for you guys. So I think it's a 0.5 centimeter or millimeter, centimeter, whatever, spread or dot grid. So yeah, but my boxes are 6x6. It's just enough room to write in, but not too much room that I feel like by the end of the month I didn't really use it because there's not much written in it. I think that I would like it to be a bit bigger. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a 7x7 or I may do a 7x6. We shall see, but I think I do want it to be just a bit bigger. Okay. Now we're going to flip over, and I believe we're going to do my habit tracking for the month. So, habit tracking for last month went pretty well. I did it on the dailies though. So I every day just wrote out my habits and filled them in there. I found that I didn't like it. It just did not give me the sense of accomplishment that I was looking for. But I did stick with it every day. So my goal then changed into becoming, how do I get in my journal every day and keep track of everything? So my thought process was, if I'm going to be in my journal every day, I can just make it a habit to flip back and fill in my habit tracker and everything. I've been doing dailies every day. It's not that hard to fill in a habit tracker when I do my dailies. So that's what I'm doing. And I made the little habit tracking boxes in Canva as well. And I'm really, really proud of them, honestly. I think I still have the link to them somewhere. I'll look and see if I still have like a hard copy of them and link them in the description below. But all I did was I searched Google and Pinterest for coffee cups line drawings, I think is what I put in, and found 3 that I really liked. And then I went into Canva. I chose an A5 template, and then literally just copy and pasted them in 31 times. It worked perfectly. I set them up and everything like that, just so that I had 31 of them. But at the moment, I'm just putting in more coffee stain paper. I will say I have loved using that white pen in this. I just thought it looked too good. As you can see, I'm just pasting these in. Now I go in at one point and add a gold border, which I hated. But we're living with it because it was already there and there's nothing I can do. I'm gonna let you watch me take these in, and then we'll come back when I start on the next spread. Okay, so now what I'm putting in is a mood/energy tracker. I have found that my moods are very much fluctuating lately, and so I wanted to have somewhere just to track them. Just a simple, how am I feeling, all that good stuff. I journal on my dailies every day, and that's why the flip through wasn't very long, but I really wanted to make sure that I got some kind of way to track my energy. I have been so stressed lately, and I have been just fighting with my energy and just fighting with how I'm feeling. So I'm hoping this will help. And as you can see, I used another set of those coffee cups. Like I said, I absolutely loved this. It was so easy to do in Canva. And everything I used to make these was free. It didn't cost me anything to use it to get this created. And I'm not just saying that for funsies, and I'm not trying just to sell a product here. Now here's where I go in and make the mistake of putting the gold little brackets in that I did not like at all. Okay, so now we're going back, and I wanted a key for my energy/mood tracker, and I wasn't sure how I was going to do it. So what I ended up doing was cutting out each of the little cups individually, because I had them on one strip and they were just too far apart, and it looked funny compared to the ones above it. So I cut them each out and laid them in, and then I used this Crayola Super Tip in brown to fill it in. And honestly, I wish I used my highlighter. I've been using my brown highlighter the rest of the month to fill it in, and it looks much better than this does. But you win some, you learn some. Win some, lose some is what that should have been. So yeah, this is that, and that's the end of it. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I am loving using these spreads. The one beside it, I actually put in a meal tracking spread just because I'm curious what I'm eating and how often and everything. But yeah, so there you have it, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye, guys.